Welcome to Be Real with Jody. I'm so glad you're here. You guys, it's Friday. We made it. Good job. I'm so happy to hang out with you today. We're going to talk about a really buzzworthy word you hear a lot. It's a super fun one. It's called anxiety. And I want you to think in your mind, like, when's the last time you heard it? Probably today. Like, we hear it all the time. It's like, I have anxiety. So and so has anxiety. They can't do this because they have anxiety. And everyone's trying to figure out like what the heck happened? Like why is anxiety so much worse now? Like what's happening? Is it social media? Is it like the world in general? Are teenagers just wimps? I don't think that's true. But people are trying to figure out like what the heck? What's happening? Okay? And I think there's a lot of, ideas and theories. First of all, I want to say, there's a lot of ways to deal with anxiety and there's no bad thing to do. If therapy works for you, I love it. If medication works for you, I love it. I'm going to teach you some tools today that I have worked with some clients that have gone to therapy for a long time and haven't been able to make peace with their anxiety. And when I showed them these tools, it literally changed everything for them. So while I think this has worked really well for so many of my clients, I'm not saying this is how everyone should do it. I'm just offering this and see if, it works for you. So, anxiety, what the heck, Okay, I have to tell you, when I was in eighth grade, when I would get to school, I remember having this feeling like, my thoughts. Here's my thoughts. Like, I don't know if I have friends. Who am I going to talk to? What's happening? And then I would kind of get this like pit in my stomach. And then I'd be like, actually, I think I'm sick. Oh, you know what? I think I should go home. And then I would go to the office and I would call my mom and I'd tell her I was sick. And I actually think, you know, I think I was fine, but I think I almost like made myself sick because I just didn't want to be there, right? So I called home and I went home 20 times that year. And my mom got a letter like, she's missing too much school. But back then, people didn't really say like, oh, you have anxiety, And I just thought like, I don't know, this is just normal eighth grade behavior. Who likes school, right? And I think it was kind of a good thing in a way because it's like I didn't have this thing to be like, I have anxiety. I can't be at school, right? I was just like, I didn't even know. I just didn't want to be there. And so if I could talk to myself back then, I wouldn't tell myself, oh, it's okay. You have anxiety, poor thing. I'd be like, hey, guess what? You have a feeling in your body and it's called anxiety. And there's some things that you can do to help yourself not have to run away from it or resist it. So the title of this episode, it's like, is your anxiety driving you crazy? And this is what I want to say. The only reason your anxiety is driving you crazy is because you're trying not to feel it. Just like me in eighth grade. I'm starting to feel anxiety. What am I doing? Boom, gotta get out of here. Gotta call my mom. Gotta leave, right? So it's like, it's affecting my life. And the reason it's having such a, driving me crazy, having such a tight hold on me is because I'm resisting it. Like, picture if you had like a beach ball and you're at the swimming pool, right? And you're holding it under the water. Maybe you're trying to sit on it, right? It's fun for a minute, but then eventually your arms start getting tired. And if you're holding it down there really low, what's going to happen when you let go? Is it just going to float on top of the water? No, it's going to fly up in the air. It's going to fly up because when we push it down, when we resist the ball down, then it has no choice but to just fly up in the air. That's anxiety, you guys. When we try to push it down, when we try to run away from it, when we try to not feel it, then it gets stronger. And that's when we kind of start to go into like panic attacks or where it's like affecting our everyday life. Okay? So if that's you, fine. That's totally fine. We it's there's nothing wrong with you. That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with you. You are a person. Like my name is Jody. My name's not anxiety. Like my name's Jody and I feel anxiety. Okay, a feeling. Feelings are a vibration in your body. So that's all it is. It's not like, cancer came upon you and took you over. It's a feeling in your body, just like any feeling. Like, I don't know, do you ever go on like roller coasters? Like you stand in line to go on a roller coaster or go to a scary movie. How do you feel when you're there? Do you feel like peaceful and calm? No, you feel a little adrenaline. You feel a little like anxious, like maybe your heart's pounding, but we label it differently. Maybe you label it like excitement or fun, but when you feel that like heart pounding, like stressed out feeling just at school, you're like, we label anxiety and it's like a negative thing. And that's just good to know because The feeling in your body is not the problem. It's our resistance to it. When you're sitting in a scary movie and you're feeling that feeling, you're just like, it's like a little bit fun to be scared. Why? I mean, it makes sense because you're like, this isn't real. It's just a movie. It's not real, right? But it's so your thought is the way that you get out of it, right? So when you're feeling this anxiety and we think there's like a tiger that's going to eat us at school, we got to leave. But if we actually just decide, here's the thing, it's just a feeling in my body. Is it awesome? No, we hate it, right? But it's a feeling, okay? And if you feel it, welcome. So here's the thing. I think I had anxiety a little bit when I was younger. And then, I probably did years later, but right before I started coaching teenagers, it was like the 2 weeks before I kind of started, I started having like the most intense, like tight feeling right in my chest. Felt like someone was like stepping on me. Felt like I couldn't take it like a full breath. Like I was like, just could take like shallow breaths. And I just had this like tight feeling that would not release, like no matter what. And I remember sitting there thinking, like, what the heck is wrong with me? Like, I'm learning all these tools. Why am I feeling this way? And then I just felt God whisper to me, and He said, Jody, if you want to coach teenagers on anxiety, you're going to need to feel it. You want to feel how they feel. And it was terrible. And I still have it sometimes, but I'm actually so glad because now, it's not like, when you have something happen to you, you don't really want to talk to someone who just read a book about it and they're like, oh, it says here you should do this. You want to talk to someone who actually knows, who actually has done it before. And that's what I feel like. I feel like I've learned tools for anxiety and I felt it in my life and I know how to apply it. And so that's why I feel like anxiety is not the problem. It's our resistance to the anxiety. So here, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you right now. You ready? You can't wait for this. It's going to be so fun. Okay. When you feel anxiety, think in your mind, what does it feel like? And when I ask you that, you're going to start telling me thoughts like, well, it feels like I don't have anyone to talk to. No, I don't want to talk about your thoughts. I want to talk about in your body. So in your body, try to find it. Like sometimes people like it, like me, like I talk about like it's a tight feeling straight in my throat, right? Like on my chest where I can't breathe. Is it in your stomach? Does it feel like butterflies? Does it feel like numbness and tingling? This is another way that I feel it is in my legs. Sometimes like I feel like my legs, like I can't feel my legs. And it's just like a built up the feeling of nervousness, right? So where do you feel it? Okay. So find it in your body. Where is it? Okay. We're just gonna find it. We're not gonna sit in our mind and be like, don't feel anxiety or this is bad or any of that. We're not going in our brain. We're going into our body and we're gonna find the tightness or the tingling or whatever it is. Find it, okay? And this is kind of weird, but stay with me. It's going to be awesome. Okay. So you're going to find it. And then you're going to this is what it is. This is the feeling. Okay. Tell me what color it is. Like, okay, my anxiety, it's probably black. It's black color. Okay. And then I'm going to ask you this. Is it fast or slow? For me, it's kind of just like steady, tight, like gripping feeling. And then does it move? Does it move around? Like, does it go from your chest to your stomach to your arms? Where does it go? And you're just gonna find it in your body and you're gonna breathe, okay? You're gonna take a deep breath in through your nose. And then when you let the air out, you're gonna focus it right where it's tight. Like it sounds weird, but like try it right now, okay? Take a deep breath through your nose. And then when you let it out, like for me, I'm gonna focus that air in my mind straight to like my throat. And I'm gonna let it out. And then I'm just going to feel it kind of like relax a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to take a deep breath in again. And I'm going to breathe it right into that tightness again. Wherever the tightness is, you find it, you breathe air into the tightness. Okay. That is you. And then this is what you're going to say. You're going to say, this is whatever you name it. This is nervousness, or this is worry, or this is anxiety. Okay. This is just anxiety. This isn't me. This is what it feels like. Okay. So for me, okay, it's tightness in my chest, squeezing. It's black. It moves around a little bit. It's steady and slow, right? That's anxiety. Like, it's not awesome. I don't love it, but can I breathe still? Yeah. Am I still alive? Yeah. Like, my brain thinks I will die if I feel this. And that's why I need to get out of wherever I'm at. But the fact is it's just a feeling. It's a tight, hot, black, squeezing feeling. And what, actually, let me ask you this. Are you pretty good at feeling anxiety? Have you done it a lot? Yes, you're good at it. So it's a feeling, okay? And it's like pretend like you're at the beach. We're doing all kinds of water things today. So the waves, right? If you stand out, by the waves are going to kind of come up to your like your neck or something, and then they're going to kind of go back out. And then they're going to come up and then back out and then up and then back out. So when you feel your anxiety, it's going to feel like it gets stronger, like like the waves are coming up. And then the more you breathe and just breathe into that tight, it's going to kind of go out. Then it's going to come up again and go out and come up and go out. And that is how you feel anxiety. Instead of pushing it down like a beach ball, we're just going to let it go through us. We're going to process the anxiety. And here's the truth. Eventually, it just gets bored. Okay, think of this. This is my last analogy for you. Do you know any 3-year-olds, like crazy ones? Okay, pretend like I gave a crazy 3-year-old a permanent marker and he wants to come in your room and he's banging on the door. If you're just like, hey, go away, is he going to just leave? No, he's going to be like banging even louder, right? And then what if he gets the door open a little bit, but you're kind of shoving it back? Like he pushes it open and then you push it back on him, right? And there's just like this pushing like war, right? He's going to be like, oh, I guess she doesn't want me to come, or I guess he doesn't want me to come. No, he's going to be like, I'm coming in his room. Like 3-year-olds, we don't mess around with them. They know what they want, right? He's coming in your room. So eventually he comes in, okay? What's he going to do? What's he going to do with that permanent marker in your room? It's probably gonna make a little mess. Probably gonna draw on some walls. Probably gonna like mess up your bed and make a little mess, right? Then eventually, what do 3-year-olds do? They make a mess, and then once they're there long enough, they're just like, boring in here. I gotta go somewhere else, right? They get bored and then they leave. This is your anxiety. Okay, you're gonna picture it like a 3-year-old who's trying to this anxiety. It's actually trying to help you. It's trying to be like, hey, listen, there's rude people. There's popular people here that don't like me. I might fail. It's trying to help you out, but it's actually just like a scared little 3-year-old monkey, okay? It's just like, it doesn't know. You're actually okay. And so if we just listen, it's like anxiety's knocking on your door, and instead of trying to push it shut, we're just gonna be like, hey, what's up, anxiety? You're here. I knew you were coming. I mean, I am going to this party or I am going to this activity, so that's usually when you show up. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I hope I don't feel anxious. I'm gonna be like, of course I feel anxious. That's what happens. It's like that neighbor that just shows up whenever, that's just what they do. It's like, we're not gonna hope they don't. They come and that's just how it is. So we're just gonna be like, hey, what's up? Come in, make a little mess. We're gonna feel tight. We're gonna feel blackness. We're gonna feel squeezing. And we're just gonna breathe. And we're not gonna resist it and be scared of our anxiety. We're not gonna be anxious about our anxiety. We're just gonna be like, expect it to come and be like, hey, let's go. Guess what? Anxiety, we're going to school today. Let's go. And we're gonna breathe. And you don't have to like find a place and be all, meditative, at school. You can literally just do this anywhere you're at, okay? You just like find the tightness, breathe in, breathe out into the tightness, and then in your head, you're just like, this is anxiety. This is what it is. It's anxiety. This isn't me. This is anxiety. And I'm going to breathe. I'm going to feel it. And then eventually, just like that 3-year-old, it's going to get bored. It's going to leave me for a little bit. And it's probably going to come back, right? But I'm not going to be like, I hope it doesn't. I'm like, hey, guess what? Guess who's good at feeling anxiety? Me. I know what to do. I have a plan. So I'm not scared of feeling anxious. I'm just like, hey, guess what? This is part of being a human. We're going to have feelings we don't love. But when we try to resist it, when we try not to feel it, that's when we layer it. So we have anxiety and then we're scared of our anxiety. And that's when we kind of get into panic attacks. And if that's you, that's okay too. Having a panic attack is very scary, for sure. The feeling is not awesome, right? But if you will just let yourself feel the anxiety when it kind of starts and not try to make it go away, then the chances of you going into a panic attack go way down. So try that this week. Just remember, the only reason your anxiety is driving you crazy is because you're trying not to feel it. You're actually really good at feeling anxiety. You've done it a ton. It's a feeling in your body. And hey, guess what? Let's go. Let's take our anxiety with us. It's like, put it in my backpack. Let's go. This is what we do. Okay? We're not going to let anxiety be the boss of us. It's like it's a feeling. It's not awesome, but we are okay. So, if you want more help with this, I have helped tons of teenagers, and you might have a specific situation that you want to talk through, and a different thing that's going on. And I would love to help you. If you want more help to apply this to your specific situation, let me know. You can find me on Instagram, Jody Ensman Coaching, or Facebook, Jody Ensman Coaching. You can send me a message on there. And yeah, keep up with me, and I would love to help you if you want more help. And I know you can do this. It's a feeling in your body. You got it.